Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome back to another game review. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Horizon Zero Dawn, and yes, it's been a month since I finished this game and I didn't make a review, but that's because I was busy building my brand new computer and I was busy playing some other video games and doing some other things in general. But yeah, here I am finally after a month with a review. And as usual, I'm quickly gonna go to the story of this game to tell you short what this game is all about. So in case you didn't play it, one big spoiler alert across the screen, and yeah, just click away from this video and come back after you play a game if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you really are interested in my opinions and thoughts about this game right now, then stay with me till the end of this video and let's get started. Alright guys, Horizon Zero Dawn is a third-person, open-world, action-adventure, stealth RPG game developed by Guerrilla Games. It's been developed in the SEMA engine, and this game was released back in 2017 as a PS4 exclusive until 2020 when developers decided to bring the game to PC, and oh boy was I excited when I heard those news. But not the console players. They got, of course, really salty and they instantly started to spread their toxicity all across the internet. They even started to send developers death threats and really vulgar messages, which is really primitive, and I guess that's how most of console players just are, really toxic people that don't want their precious PlayStation exclusives to go outside of PlayStation. I mean, what's the point? I don't get these people. Isn't it better if everyone can play the game? That way, game can make more money, developers can make more money, and they can use that money to develop their next game, which is in this case Horizon Forbidden West, that's been announced, and it's hopefully gonna come out in 2021, which is this year. So I really don't understand these people and why they got so salty. Jesus Christ, there were even videos of people breaking their consoles after they heard the news. I just don't get it. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm glad that this game came to PC and I got a chance to play it. Honestly, in my opinion, there should be no exclusives. I think everyone should be able to play all games on all platforms and just enjoy them equally. That's just my opinion. I think the gaming community wouldn't be divided then, and everybody would be nice to each other and there would be no toxicity or whatever. Anyway, the story of Horizon Zero Dawn puts you in the boots of a girl called Aloy, which was outcasted of her tribe. Now the game is set really far in the future where civilization was wiped out by these robots that became self-aware. Actually, this one part of this AI program called Hades became self-aware and corrupt the robots. Robots started to self-replicate themselves faster than the humans could destroy them, and they spread around the world and destroyed it completely, wiped out almost entire human civilization, and humans are now again living primitively in tribes, believing in gods and all that kind of crap. They think that the metal door is some sort of a goddess, and that voice recognition door, when it speaks, they consider that as the voice of a god, and they're really primitive. All the knowledge of the world was lost, and the entire world is pretty much resetted, and now there are these machines walking around the world still hunting people. People hunt the machines for parts, they hunt animals for food, and they build primitive shelters and just live in tribes all across the world. Now you play as this girl called Aloy, like I mentioned, and she was outcasted of her tribe called Nora when she was a little girl. Then this guy called Rot took her as a kid and raised her. He is also an outcast. I'm not gonna go really through all the details because there is a lot to talk about in the story of this game. But when she grows up, she becomes again member of the Nora tribe, and she actually gets the rank of a seeker, which is a person that can go in all lands, even those forbidden lands for that tribe, and discover all the secrets of the world. They can even seek these ruins and explore them and access the ancient technology and everything. So she starts this quest of finding out who her mother is, because she's a motherless child and she doesn't know where she came from. Then she finds out about this woman, Elizabeth Sobek, that was running the Project Zero Dawn, which was a project that was supposed to save the Earth from the extermination. I mean, the human civilization was supposed to be renewed with this AI software that was supposed to rebuild the entire civilization and the world, and that AI was called Gaia. So this entire project, Horizon Zero Dawn, was the Project Zero Dawn was a success. She actually managed to make the AI and that can think and renew the entire world. And then Aloy later finds out that she was cloned from Elizabeth Sobek's AI. So Elizabeth Sobek never had kids. She died without any kids. She actually sacrificed herself to save the humanity, but little the other people knew is that she gave her DNA and the baby was born from it, which is Aloy. So Aloy is technically her daughter that never actually met her mother, and there is a lot going on through the story. Like I said, I'm not really gonna go through the whole details, but the story is actually very good. I really enjoyed this world and how apocalyptic it is, and I really enjoy to listening to all side characters' stories, and there is so much you can explore, and the story can really expand itself a lot if you give it a chance. If you're gonna listen to all of these audio logs that you can find, if you want to pay attention to what other characters are talking, read all of these logs left by the people who died and all that kind of stuff. It's really good. The story gets really emotional in the end, and it's just, in short, a story about a girl finding out what happened to the world and finding the truth about herself and who she is. She's just basically on a quest to find the answers. That's the best explanation for this game's story. And she's on the quest to destroy this Hades, which is like a part of this Project Zero Dawn. So this was not supposed to be a bad thing, but somehow it glitched and it became self-aware, and then all the bad things happened. So yeah, that's in short the story of Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm gonna say that I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. And there's also a DLC, Frozen Wilds, which expands this story a little bit. It's not really connected to the main story or whatsoever, but it was also pretty interesting to play. You get additional few hours of fun with the story in Frozen Wilds. And yeah, all I can say is that I really liked the end of Horizon Zero Dawn, and I can't wait for the sequel, Horizon Forbidden West. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the story there. I really liked the characters, and they felt really alive, and I really connected with them. And this game really told one really great and important story about humanity, and it sends a really powerful message. So I really appreciated this game's story. Alright, since I'm done talking about the story of this game, let's talk about gameplay, which is definitely the next best thing about this game. And wow, there is a lot of things that you can do in this game. This game is just filled with content, guys. So when you open the map of Horizon Zero Dawn, at first it doesn't seem that big, but trust me, once you deeply dive into this world and start to explore, you actually see how much there is to do around this world. Just like any other decent RPG, Horizon Zero Dawn has selective dialogues where you can choose the things to react to. You know, sometimes you're gonna have this reaction wheel. You can choose to say something smart, you can be aggressive, or you can be kind. So those are always three options that you can decide to react to in certain situations. However, that won't affect the story or anything, as I've noticed so far. It didn't change anything, but it's a nice personality addition to your character and to the choices you make in the game. You can also select different things you can ask certain characters when you're talking to them, and you can select different things you want to say. Of course, it's something that every RPG game has, so it's also a part of this game as well. Quest menu is something that is very well done in this game. It's very simple. I really love to mention always these quest menus in RPG games, and it's because I don't like complicated RPGs. This is again one of the most simple RPG games that I have ever played. It's so simple, it's easy, it can't get more simple than this. And I really appreciate when the game has this nice quest menu design where I can really easily tell what is a main quest, what is a side quest, what is the hunting grounds quest, and all this kind of stuff. So it's really helpful. Just like any RPG, again, you have different item rarities. All of your weapons, all of your items, all of your weapon modifications have different rarities. They of course go from uncommon to like epic items, legendary. They're not actually legendary. I don't remember exactly what was the name, but the purple color is the best item rarity that you can find in this game. It's very well designed, and again, I really love how it's simple. It's not hard to obtain these purple items. You just need to play some side quests. Level grinding is also very well balanced. You don't have to do freaking 15 side quests to level 1 or 2 levels. No, for 15 side quests you're gonna go 5 or 6 levels up. It's very well balanced, and that's what I really appreciated about this game. I really love the RPG games that value your time and your grinding that you spend into it. So you can complete this game with all cool items and pretty much best items in the game in some normal time invested into it. And that's what I really appreciated about this game the most. Skill tree is very rich in this game. It's very well done. A lot of these skills when purchased, they change actually gameplay quite a bit. Again, these skills are not hard to purchase. This is one of the games where I purchased almost all of the skills that are in the game, and I explored every location I could. I did every side quest I could. This is the game that just kept me interesting. It had interesting atmosphere and characters, and the side quests are never boring. They're actually pretty interesting. They don't feel repetitive. It surprised me how creative they can get with these side quests, and rewards are often worth doing these side quests, so you're gonna get some really cool shit from doing side quests. Inventory system is again something that is very well organized, very simple in this game. You can see all the items that you have collected through the game, all of the weapons you have. Then there is a shop system that works just like in any other modern RPG. You can sell your items and resources that you've collected in the game and buy something for that money. You can again use these resources for crafting or upgrading your weapons. You can use these runes to modify your weapons. For example, if you have a bow and arrow that has shock arrows, you can modify the shock damage, make it stronger with some of these modifiers. Weapons are there is like no guns or whatever in this game. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The combat feels very smooth and it's awesome. But it's all focused on shooting your bow and arrow or your rope caster, tying your enemies on the ground and just killing them with a spear. There is plenty of ways you can kill your enemies. Enemies, however, are very well designed. Each of the enemies in the game is different. The game has a bunch of different machines that you discover through the game. There are also human enemies. Some of them are easier to kill, some of them are harder to kill, but human enemies are usually pretty easy to kill compared to the machines. Machines, however, are not so easy to kill. I mean, it depends what machine are you hunting. In this game, you're a hunter and you can hunt animals for, again, skin or resources to upgrade your pouches, which often reminded me of Far Cry. It's pretty much the same thing how it works in Far Cry 3. You kill certain animals to obtain the skin from that animal or whatever, so you can upgrade your carrying capacity for arrows or bombs or whatever that you have. So that's where the game reminded me of Far Cry a lot. There is also these bandit outposts that you can clear out and get the experience from that, which is also pretty similar how it works in Far Cry. So that's again where this game reminded me a lot of a Far Cry. There is a lot of that this game has common with a Far Cry, which is again something that I appreciated because I really love Far Cry. But yeah, what I wanted to say is that the combat is really smooth. Most of your time you'll spend shooting arrows or planting the tripwire that is a bomb actually, and the machine runs over it, it explodes. What I wanted also to say is that enemies are very well designed. Each of the machines have its weaknesses and strengths, and you can use this focus thing that Aloy finds at the beginning of the game as a little girl in a cave where she falls into. This focus thing allows you to mark your enemies, scan them, check their vulnerabilities. You can even highlight the track, so it makes stealthing easier. So to kill the machine, it's the best to scan it with the focus first and see what are its strengths and weaknesses, what are its weak spots. They are usually highlighted with orange color, and strengths and weaknesses vary from different machines. Some are sensitive to fire, some are sensitive to air, some are sensitive to electricity. So you can apply a different tactic to each of the machines. Some are again easier to kill, some are harder to kill, and the harder machine is to kill, the better loot you're gonna get from the machine once you kill it. For example, if you kill this huge Stormbird, it's after gonna drop the purple modifications for your weapons or purple resources for upgrading your weapons or something like that. While if you kill a Watcher, that is simply easily killed by shooting an arrow in its eye, in the center of the eye, and it kills it instantly, you don't get much. You get a few metal shards and some common items that are useless later in the game once you upgrade your Aloy. At the start, this game seems to be a little bit hard, but once you upgrade, sometimes some of the things just lose its point. Actually, most of the time there is just no point in collecting some other plants or whatever. Once you upgrade your Aloy, some other things and mechanics of the game just become useless. They just lose its point because you're so OP to that point where enemy can't really hurt you anymore, pretty much. Stealth is something that I was pretty surprised with in this game. It's very well done, and just like the combat, it's also smooth. You can really move fast from machine to machine and take it down easily, especially if you obtain the armor that I have here on the footage. It makes you so stealthy, and I put all 3 stealth modifications to this armor, and I purchased all the stealth skills I possibly could for my Aloy. So I'm pretty much invisible to the enemies, and these smaller machines, you just come near them, click with a mouse, and boom, the machine's dead with one animation. And the stealth and combat are extremely smooth, and I really enjoyed them. So gameplay for this game is very well done. It looks really cinematic altogether. The effects, the sounds, everything is so well done. It's really fun to shoot arrows in your in your enemies and your machines. Sometimes machines will drop some of their parts once you blow them off. For example, these Thunder Jaws, or these like Ravengers, I think they're called, they sometimes will drop these little cannons. Then you can pick up that heavy weapon and shoot it. And that's the only time you can use like a gun in the game, sort of like a plasma launcher or whatever, and that will obliterate all of your enemies in the game pretty easily. So it's not that the game doesn't have guns at all, so there is actually kind of way to get your hands on some guns in this game. So that's also a nice addition to combat. When it gets hard, you quickly blow the gun or cannon from the machine, you pick it up from the ground and you can shoot the machines and the enemies around you. Game also offers the photo mode, which allows you to customize the photo before taking it. There's a lot of customizations you can do, so it's really nice. You can actually make some cool wallpapers for your background on the computer or whatever you like. So it's a nice addition to the game. Some of the things you can also do in the game are clear these corrupt zones to level up. Basically, corrupt zones are just zones where machines are, and they're like enchanted with this red corruption, and it makes machines stronger. But once you kill them all, you get experience for that. And you can also climb these tall like machines. All machines are pretty much like dinosaurs in this game, and they all look like some sort of an animal, a prehistoric animal, dinosaur or whatever. And there are these tall neck machines that you can climb, which is like a tower that once you activate it, it opens one part of the map and you can see everything on the map, like different machine sites that you can go and hunt machines for. Sometimes you'll have to hunt some machines to get the certain parts for upgrading your weapon or even buying your weapon. You can't buy weapons without hunting some machines and actually getting those specific parts from them. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. Hunting machines actually makes sense in this game. It's not that you're just gonna randomly go around and hunt machines for no reason. There is a specific reason why would you like to do that in this game. So altogether, very well done gameplay with a rich environment, with a very alive environment. It feels really alive. Fast travel is, for example, something that works pretty weird in this game. You can't fast travel without these packs, and these packs are usually crafted from an animal skin. So you have to hunt animals for these packs until you buy this permanent travel pack that is also pretty easy to obtain actually. Once you obtain it, then you can fast travel as much as you want. It's unlimited as long as you have this item on you, so make sure not to sell it. But until you don't have that infinite travel pack, you cannot fast travel as much as you want. There is a limited amount of these travel packs that you can craft, and that's how you fast travel in this game. So I don't really know what to think about that. That's kind of weird. That's actually the first game that has that type of a fast travel system. I never seen that in any other game. In my opinion, it's pretty interesting. Again, it makes you hunt the animals for some reason. So this game it's really cool how it has all the mechanics that force you to do something that will get you something. Everything you collect in this game, all the resources, all of them can be used to do something. So it's worth exploring, it's worth hunting, it's worth doing all of the things that you do around the environment. It's all for something, it's not completely useless. So yeah, altogether a very well done gameplay, very rich game with a lot of things to do and explore, and I really enjoyed it and loved it. And I would totally recommend you to check out this game if you are into this kind of stuff. Alright, for the end, as usual, let's talk about this game's graphics and optimization. And without a doubt, Horizon Zero Dawn is definitely one of the most beautiful looking games that I have ever played in my entire gaming career. I liked everything about this game visually, and when I say everything, I really mean it. There is not a single texture in this game that looks bad or whatever. The environment reacts beautifully to Aloy. I really love how her hair moves when it's windy, or how she moves through the grass and grass just moves under her feet. Then when the sun is coming up early in the morning, you get this beautiful orange sky with the fog in the distance all around you. And then again at the night you have the beautiful night sky with the polar light and stars shining all above you. It's really beautiful. I just can't describe how beautiful this game is. It looks absolutely stunning, and they did a really good job, and it's just really breathtaking. The environment is extremely breathtaking, especially when you go in these city areas that used to be cities once, a long time ago. Now it's all just overgrown in vines, and you can barely tell that those were buildings once. So it looks really beautiful. The game is just really stunning visually. However, when the game came out at first, with the first patch on PC, it was unplayable. It was really frame droppy, and I tried to play it back then and I just quit it instantly because I was barely getting 30 frames, and half of the game's mechanics weren't even working. It was really glitchy and buggy. However, now the game is completely patched up. There is barely any bugs. They fixed all of them almost, and I encountered some tinier bugs. Most of them were just visual bugs, and even they happened really rare, and when they happen you barely notice them. If you're not an experienced gamer, you're not gonna even notice these bugs. So I would say that in general, optimization and for this game in this current state is almost 10 out of 10. It's great, it works fine. I played this game on 1080p resolution, all highest possible settings, 60 plus FPS on my old configuration, which was CPU was FX 8320 Black Edition 3.50 GHz. My GPU was the current one, RX 5600 XT 6GB GDDR6, and my RAM memory was Kingston Fury Black Edition 16GB. It was, I'm not sure how much megahertz it was. I think it was 1866 megahertz, yeah, and it was DDR3. So yeah, those were my old PC specs that I've ran this game on, and with the new specs I can run this game even better. So for this game, yeah, you will need Buffy PC to run it on all highest settings in 60 FPS 1080p resolution. You will need a pretty good PC, you will need a pretty good GPU, but if you ask me, it's totally worth it. Watching this beautiful environment and moving through it, it's totally worth it. Totally worth giving money for PC, upgrading, and then playing this game. I definitely enjoyed the visuals of this game. This is definitely one of the games that will stay in my memory for a long time, and made me think how beautiful it was. So yeah guys, all together I think I said everything I wanted about Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't wait to play Horizon Forbidden West this year when it comes out, hopefully, if it won't be cancelled. I hope it won't be cancelled. And yeah guys, let me know down below in the comments what are your opinions and thoughts of Horizon Zero Dawn. Did you play it? Did you play it on PC? What are your opinions and thoughts on PC version? I think it's great, and I think it's really good that they brought this game to PC so everyone can have a chance to play it. And I think that it should be with all games like this. It should be available on all platforms for everyone to play, no exclusives and shit, so that way toxicity would be gone between gamers. I mean console gamers and PC gamers. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of your support and everything you've done for me and my channel. You're amazing. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe if you want to. You can also join my Chris Facebook group, link is down below in the description. I post all kind of stuff over there. And yeah guys, that's it. I love you, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Chris out.